Dry. Tell them I'm coming down.
Here we go.
Oprah Gail Winfrey was born in Mississippi January 29, 1954. She grew up as a bright, intelligent student and even skipped a few grades. She lived with her grandmother where she was told she was going to become a maid someday. Looking back to when she was 3, Oprah explains how she knew she'd have a huge future for herself and that the help of God was on her shoulders. There was this determined and strong voice inside of her that said, "No, I am not going to become a maid. Grandmother, you're wrong." And she was so persistent in herself, and she truly believed that she would become famous and make a good life for herself. But little did she or anyone else know that Oprah Winfrey would become the most influential woman in America. At 6 years old, she was moved to live with her mother, Vernita Lee, in Milwaukee. Oprah was forced to sleep outside of the house because the property owner didn't like the color of her skin. As a young child, Oprah had been exposed to rape, abuse, and it was taking a huge toll on her personality. Her self-esteem became so low that she was depressed, and she started her rebellions. Vernita grew tired of these tantrums, so she sent Oprah to live with her father, Vernon, where she discovered herself pregnant with a little boy. The poor boy died due to an early labor, and Oprah believed she was given a second chance to make things right. Her father had been Oprah's savior. She was told that with hard work, there would be excellence, and with excellence came rewards. In 1971, Oprah was chosen to attend the White House Youth Conference in Colorado and represent Tennessee. After returning to Nashville, she was interviewed by the radio station WVOL, which later hired her and asked her to represent them in a beauty pageant. Of course, Oprah went forward with it, and she became the first African American to ever win a beauty pageant. So after the win, the radio station offered her a chance to hear the voice on tape, and because of her experience in public speaking, Oprah's talent earned her a part-time job as a newsreader. So Oprah finished out her senior year on the radio with a 4-year scholarship in her future. In 1971, Oprah entered Tennessee State University and began working in radio and television broadcasting in Nashville. She was fully back on track, concentrating all of her attention on education and public speaking. Nonetheless, Oprah Winfrey's star on Hollywood Avenue was beginning to form. In 1978, Oprah began co-hosting a new morning talk show called People Are Talking along with Richard Gere. The show had a higher Baltimore audience than the Phil Donahue Show. After 6 years of hosting People Are Talking, in 1984, Oprah landed a job hosting AM Chicago. This new show was taped in the same city as a rival to Phil Donahue. After just 1 year, Oprah's talk show was changed to the name The Oprah Winfrey Show, and soon after started receiving higher ratings than Donahue's program. After longing to be an actress, Oprah had her chance to fulfill this dream in The Color Purple. This film had Oprah receive an Academy Award nomination for her performance. Although she enjoyed this type of fame, Oprah knew this was not her destiny. She knew she was here for a reason, and she found out that reason through The Oprah Winfrey Show. She believed her goal in life was to help those in need by teaching them a pathway out of their rotten life and showing them how to learn from their mistakes. In 1988, Harpo Productions purchased the rights to The Oprah Winfrey Show, and the show changed completely from being a talk show to becoming an inspirational classroom where viewers and audience would become inspired to be the best they could possibly be. Girl, you got some romance. At 16 years old, a senior in high school, Oprah was voted the most popular girl in the school's superlatives. Teenagers of all colors, ages, ethnicities, they all loved her. Classmates looked up to her because she was so confident in what she said and what she did. Around her 16th birthday, a boy named Anthony Odie asked Oprah out on a date to the school play. They were together about a year until they realized they had painted separate paths. Anthony wanted to become the president, while Oprah wanted to inspire people by becoming a teacher. So in college, Oprah met a new boy, Kevin. He was the boy of Oprah's dreams. Stated in a documentary, Oprah explains how when she begged the boy to stay with her on her hands and knees, the best thing that he'd ever done for her was leave. Oprah says, "Looking back on it now, he was the most rotten, spoiled boy. And if he hadn't left me, I would not be who I am today." In April 1986, Oprah met a nice businessman named Stedman Graham. She believed him to be charming and polite. After a year of knowing each other, they began dating, and in 1992, they announced their engagement. Although they still have not been married, they happily live together in a lake house in Gold Coast, Chicago. Oprah is an amazing woman. She is very spiritual, positive, and inspirational. On her new network, OWN, she explained how she first discovered she was changing many lives for the better and truly helping people. There was a woman who came onto the show to talk about the death of her daughter and how she had committed suicide. When the woman began telling the story of her daughter's life, Oprah interrupts, saying, "Wow, your daughter was truly a bright student." The woman agrees and then finally tells the audience that she had planned to go home that night and kill herself because she had blamed herself for the daughter's depression and death. So Oprah turns to the mother and says, "How about celebrating the life your daughter was given and the many accomplishments she has done?" Shocked, the mother turns back to Oprah and says, "You know, all these years, I've never thought of it that way." After that episode, Oprah was so pleased with herself that her new goal after every show was to try to get the people to say, "I have never thought of it that way." All of these were rewards for Oprah, not to mention the millions of dollars she received every year from the publicity and her other shows. In 2008, Oprah was the richest celebrity known, gaining $275 million. And then again in 2010, gaining $315 million. Other awards Oprah has gotten has been the smiles of her audience after her Christmas kindness special in December every year. For the past 25 years of the Oprah Winfrey Show, she has given away expensive gifts for her audience, such as iPads, flat screen TVs. Even one year, she gave each person of the audience their own car, brand new. Her reward for that is the smiles of her audience faces and the joy that she gets out of giving everyone else gifts. In this way, Oprah is a hero to all people. She is a hero to you, to me, to the girls in Africa that she builds schools for, to colored people, to white people, her audience, everybody. Oprah is a hero and an incredible woman.